You could look at his perfumery, his art, as trying to produce a communication line between the Middle East and the Western world, and I love that artistic project. It's a warm day. I think we're at 35 degrees today. I'm really not used to doing these videos yet, so if my videos are like super edited, it's because I basically get rid of the dead air, and sometimes excuse me, like that. I mean, ordinarily when I need water. That's it. By the way, I'm from Manila, but where I live now, it's 30 minutes away from it. Hey there, welcome to Audio YouTube. My name is Mark. There are three things on the agenda. One is a brief review of John Varvatos' Artisan Pure. Another is ROJA ELYSIUM. And why I don't think I'm ever gonna get ROJA. Ever. These two fragrances I will never attempt to acquire again. They're like one and done. That's a phrase from another YouTuber whose name I can't remember. She had a video and came up with the phrase one and done, and I wish I could remember her name, but I just couldn't. So these two are one and done. Why? Because the performance of these two fragrances is just too dismal. These two fragrances are summer freshies. They're citrus aromatics. Varvatos Artisan Pure is more on the lime side, whereas this I get a lemon. In terms of scent profile, few fragrances are better as far as summer freshies are concerned. They really are well done. This is by Flores Rue, and this of course is by ROJA, and they're very, very beautifully composed. If we're just talking about scent profile alone, these two are really, really beautiful. Very light. Varvatos Pure has it's very aromatic, that it almost comes off as green without being green. In comparison, Elysium has vetiver, and so that woody character comes through even after just 5 minutes. In terms of artistry, I think these two are really, really wonderful. But in terms of performance, basically I just don't want to spend again on fragrances that last for only 2 hours on my skin. Maybe other people are getting better performance, but if we're talking about summer freshies and you're gonna sweat a lot and you're probably gonna wipe the sweat off your neck, maybe your arms too. For that kind of performance, I am okay. I'm just perfectly okay already with other freshies that last just slightly longer. Like, just give me 4 hours for Pete's sake. Less than 4 hours, I think it's just a waste of money. That's where I am. Unless the scent profile is just so darn gorgeous. These two aren't that good. I mean, they're beautiful, they're well composed. They really are. If you're talking about, especially this, if you're talking about a freshie that really uplifts, a freshie with which nothing is heavy at all, ROJA ELYSIUM is really, really beautiful. But for its performance and at its price point, I just don't think that it's worth it. And on to the second part of my video, why I don't think I'm ever gonna get ROJA Dove. It all goes down to the question of, are you made of money or are you not? I'm certainly not. At the same time, I might say that I'm never gonna get a bottle, but I just might get a bottle. I might be stupid enough to get a bottle. Not of this one though. Nope. Why would I think it's stupid? Because I'm not like saying that this is what you should do. I'm just speaking for myself here. I don't think I should spend more than 20% of my income on my hobby. In all humility, I'm just not the market of ROJA. I think it's for people to whom money is not an object at all. Given my humble income, if I go for a ROJA, it's going to be, I'll feel like a tryhard, and I don't want to feel like that. But again, even if I did say that I don't think one should spend more than 20% of one's income on a hobby, at the same time, I just might be stupid enough. So I just might get, I'm not going to say which Roja. In fact, I have to explore the house more. But there's one scent there that, well, I like it a lot. But in truth, more honestly, after the first hour, the dry down wasn't really all that special. I think I was falling in love with the first 20 minutes. Had such a strong gunpowder vibe that I'm just really crazy about. I have nothing against the House of Roja. I think that Roja, he is not about originality. I don't think so. I think Roja Dove is more about coming up with Western versions of Eastern classics. And at that job, I think he's obviously done so well. It's almost political. There's a political dimension to what he's done. You could look at his perfumery, his art, as trying to produce a communication line between the Middle East and the Western world. And I love that artistic project. I think it's doing something good. In its own way, I think that his perfumery was it was battling without, I don't think he meant to, but in a way, God, it's warm. In a way, it's battling against cultural prejudice. And, I mean, how could anybody hate that? I can't say that I love Roja the house so much, because in terms of perfumery, I really would prefer those that are groundbreaking, more than beautiful, more than supremely smooth. I would prefer, some new thing done by Alberto Morillas or something like that. So I'm never gonna get a Roja comfortably. I think I'd rather spend that kind of money on art, because you could get a very decent drawing or a small painting with that kind of money. I'm never gonna spend on Creed either. I will not support a house whose success was built on lies. That simple. Even if the perfume is good. In fact, every time I consider a Guerlain, because the Guerlains were racists, well, maybe not the whole family, but the perfumer who preceded Thierry Wasser, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but probably Wasser. The perfumer who preceded Thierry Wasser was a racist. The African French people had to picket outside the Guerlain house in Paris because of something stupid that he said on French TV. So, but then they're just too historical, which is why I'm about to get another Guerlain. But anyway, do those things matter? I think they do. In fact, they're more important than perfumery. If this video was of any value to you at all, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It will help. It will help me get a Roja.